Hello and welcome back to Treksploration. I'm Albie.
And I'm Chris. You might see I'm in the same outfit that I wore
On Star
on Star
Trek
Trek.
Scoutcast.
Is this a bonus episode?
It is an open bonus episode. This is a preview for people who don't know whether or not to pull the trigger on that $2.49
an
membership
open
on
bonus.
YouTube or
Open bonus.
Patreon.
Yes.
What do we do in these after shows?
We just
This is
talk
what we
about
do.
we talk about anything and everything.
All
I
kinds
feel
of
like
things.
this is apropos that I'm in the same outfit because superheroes always wear the same outfit.
Superheroes. Did you see the new Peacemaker?
I saw the
Season 2, episode 8?
I saw the new Peacemaker finale is what I saw.
Wow. So I think just everybody knows we're going to spoil Peacemaker, but that was probably in the thumbnail, right? I guess.
Right. So please, everybody, if you haven't seen Peacemaker finale and you care about spoilers,
go watch it.
Pause, go watch it, then come back and see what we have to say about it. So yeah, welcome to Treksploration. If this is your first foray into our channel, onto our show, into our show, I think it should be one of the other.
One of those two.
Yeah,
maybe
one of those
both.
two.
Maybe both.
You know, you do you out there in YouTube.
Let us
land.
know below what is more proper in the YouTube space.
True. So yeah, we are a show ostensibly all about Star Trek, but we sometimes have these forays and tangents, and it's not the only thing that we love. So.
No, and in our after shows, we talk about pretty much anything, and this is an after show, an open after show. What have we talked about in the past? Only Murders in the Building.
Only Murders. You're obsessed with that. So
yeah, I'm a little obsessed with it. It's the robot.
You think it's the robot, huh?
Might be the robot.
More spoilers.
Well, that's not a spoiler because nobody. You know what? This season, I know we're talking about Peacemaker, but this season of Only Murders in the Building, it's less mystery and more just hijinks. I think
it's hijinks and comedy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is fine. Which is great. I mean, Steve Martin Short, but there's no like next clue and getting closer to who it could be. It's just that's not.
I don't think there ever was. I think that that's the way you choose to watch it.
That's possible.
I don't know, but. We definitely know what's going on in Peacemaker. So
Peacemaker, oh my goodness. First thoughts of season 2 in general and episode 8.
Okay, initial impressions of one and both. Okay.
Well, yes.
All in one. I liked season 2 a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It was much different than season 1, which is a plus. It wasn't just going back to the same well. A lot of good character development. I was less than thrilled with episode 8. Yourself? What are your initial impressions?
I did like this season. I loved, of course, season 1. Of course, that's why I came back for season 2. I liked that season 2. You said it was different than season 1. I like that, and James Gunn mentions this a lot, that John Cena's acting skills have greatly increased since season 1, and John Cena's been amazing this season. Well, the whole cast and crew have been, and I love the family that they've formed. As far as season 8, episode 8, I was not disappointed at all. I was excited when I hit play because I saw how long it was going to be.
Yeah, it was an hour. So
yeah. And they have been about, 35 minutes maybe?
Yeah, like 35 minutes. I think the longest was like 47 minutes that was the premiere. Like the first 2 episodes are the longest, and they got progressively shorter.
Yeah, and they do have their little things at the end, so I wasn't sure if it was just a whole bunch at the end or something.
Yeah.
But the story was only really not even starting to get to a hurdle or a wrap up at all, and I was positive it was 40 minutes or so. I was like, this is great. I'm digging it.
All right. Well, that's good. Yeah. I mean, I have to say, I think after last week's episode, which was so much more action packed, so much happened that, okay, you want to take a breather, but it felt like this episode was just going nowhere for such a long time. And I know it was more about the characters and wrapping up their arcs for the season, but I expected to have a bit more repercussion from the end of the last episode, or just anything else besides what we saw. A lot of what we saw was neat. It just seemed to me like a mid-season episode as opposed to a finale episode.
Well, knowing that it's more in the overall DC universe, DCU, we're calling it, not the EDCU or whatever.
It used to be the DCEU, Extended Universe, yeah.
We know that James Gunn, this is his baby, and this is what he likes the most out of everything he does. And I think that's going to, obviously the way they ended it, something more is going to happen. I liked this episode probably more than you because I'm the whole sucker for love thing, and going through this season, I had no idea they were going to take us back to the boat. I thought the boat was just going to be something that they talked about. So when they actually started, what did they get, the shot flights? What do they call that?
Yeah, the flights. Yeah, you got it. Yeah,
and I was like, uh-oh, we're gonna see something.
And that just surprised me that you could get flights of tequila at Big Belly Burger, which I thought was
I
their
had no idea.
equivalent of, like, TGI Fridays.
Yeah,
or
it seemed
not,
like
you can get shots at Fridays. I always thought it is more like a McDonald's.
it looked like a Burger King to me, something like that. But maybe more TGI Fridays somewhere in there. But I know I want a Big Belly Burger. That's for sure. Maybe
that's for sure. Yeah. Now I want
ate 5 burgers today. No buns.
Love burgers.
Yeah, burgers are good. I did put brown gravy on them, but anyway, yeah. So I was like, oh, this is great. They're going back there. I never suspected they would go back there, and I ship Jennifer Holland and Chris, which is hardcore. Hardcore. I like that they called out. Was it last episode that people can't say her name right or something?
Right. Hardcore is hardcore.
Hardcore. Yeah. I really ship them, and I wanted them to connect, but she's been such a standoffish, push away character that when we actually get to see it, oh man, I just swooned. I loved it for John Cena. And then I felt bad, but then at the end when he did the dance that you do sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that part.
I think that we have to use last week's episode to inform this week's episode. Okay. And the fact that he basically destroys his second family, even though they're in Nazi land. That the ending of that episode, I was watching, it caught me completely unawares when Vigilante jumps through the window and just starts stabbing Augie in the neck. It turned into a freaking bloodbath on a dime. It was crazy.
And Augie, this was a good Augie in a bad universe.
Yeah, and I don't even know if he was especially good, but he was better than the Augie that Chris had growing up. So
yeah, and he had a point. Like, what, he can only do what he can do. He can't stop what happened in World War II.
Yeah, and Chris he wants to give him the benefit of the doubt, saying, I don't think he was a Nazi, where his real dad was a Nazi.
Right.
So it's just, it was so interesting because you expected them, once they found out, to go whole hog ballistic on them like Keith wanted to do.
Right.
And Augie is like being the voice of reason, just saying, you know what, you guys got to get back. Just we'll send you back. We'll forget about this. I'm trying to remember the context in which he came to that decision, but it was not expected.
It was basically killing him won't bring their Chris back.
Right.
And at least this Chris will survive.
And maybe that's the other thing. Maybe the dad part of him was just like, look, I don't want to lose even though you're not my son, I already lost my son. And I believe you didn't mean to kill him. I genuinely believe that,
Yeah,
so
he believed it, and he wasn't out for vengeance.
So I think that, again, so many unexpected ways that episode went and then turned on a dime and was just so startling and jarring. And now we get this episode, which basically does almost nothing for the entire episode besides some character work and some fun dimensional portal stuff.
Yeah, fun dimensional portal stuff. They did try to tie up most of the ends, I think.
And they brought a lot of Superman into it. We saw Otis from the Superman movie. We saw
bad hair and mustache, right?
No, that's not Otis. That was, I forget his name. That was the guy that could open the portals and track the
Oscar.
portals.
I'm going to call him Oscar.
Yeah, maybe he's Oscar. Sure.
Yeah.
But he was in Man of I want to call it Man of Steel, and the Superman purists are going to hate me.
It was Superman Returns, I think.
I think it was Spider-Man. Spider-Man Goes Home.
Yeah, Spider-Man go to F home.
Yeah. But so seeing those characters brought in also helps you realize how far gone Flag has become. And I think they mentioned this in the piece on piece, whatever it is.
Yeah. The maker.
So, so did you find this, and I guess maybe it's only in comparison to the last episode, which seemed much more like a season finale. When I saw that it was going to be an hour long, I thought it was going to be a roller coaster. I thought it was just going to be nonstop, but instead it was just kind of like a slow walk.
I felt impending doom, especially after they get John Cena to come back to the team, and they're taking the money. the blood money,
The blood money.
and they're gonna build something. And I was, I didn't know the checkmate thing. Maybe that's from a comic book. Maybe that's brand
Yeah, oh,
new.
it's got to be. Yeah, I'm not really sure what it is either. I'm
But
sure
I
I've
thought
seen
it
it
was
in a
gonna
Green
say like the
Lantern.
Justice League or something. I was trying to guess, but as I'm guessing, this impending doom with this slow motion walk towards camera that you have to do in one of these, right? But
Yeah.
then I'm remembering, oh my goodness, Chris's brother in the alternate dimension is still out there.
I was expecting something like that since they
Yeah.
have this portal open. I thought that he was going to come charging through,
Yep.
and I mean, good for them. They didn't meet my expectations, my pedestrian,
Yeah.
mundane, predictable expectations.
I
Right?
thought someone in the slow motion walk was going to die in that moment when they were outside the building.
You thought someone was going to take him out.
Yeah, and I was like, "Oh no, not you, not you, not you, not any of you. Oh no." I love
True.
that Tim Meadows is with him now too. And Judo Master.
Yeah, Judo Master, everybody's friends. Like enemies become friends. This cast is going to become unwieldy soon.
Checkmate. It's got to be something.
We can look it up. Let's look it up on our phone.
Look it up. Tell me what it is.
People can tell us below what Checkmate
Tell us
is.
below. Let us know.
It's an entity in
You're probably more in
DC
the DC than me.
comic universe.
Traditionally, I've been a Marvel guy. Chris, you're both. Maybe you're mostly
No,
DC.
I'm a DC guy.
You're a DC guy.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever read a Marvel comic in my life.
In the divorce, in the child agreement, I got DC. The other parent got Marvel.
I got Betty and Veronica.
Oh, that's good.
I was lucky.
So you can bring Penny to any Betty and Veronica movie. So that's how much of nerds we were. We made sure to do that. So I felt back then that I lost because, but what hill are you going to die on? But that's another subject. But I said, okay, DC, that's fine. Right. It was fine until Black Adam. Then I was a little upset. But now I feel like I've won. Because DC is so much better than Marvel now that James Gunn is being James Gunn.
I mean, I think there can be an argument made for that. I liked the Superman movie. I wasn't blown away by it. I wanted to be completely blown away because I love Superman.
Lois Lane, a little miscast. Other than that, I enjoyed it.
No, I thought that she was probably the best cast.
She was a great Lois Lane, but the chemistry for me wasn't there.
Oh, all right. Yeah, I don't know. There's just something about it. It didn't exceed the sum of its parts.
Right, but it matched the sum of its parts.
Yes, yeah, and it was fine. I think that it was a friend of mine, Gus, who said he pointed it out. Gus Neek's friend, Gus Neek Yeager.
Neek. Shout out to Neek. Come on the show.
Shout out to Neek. He's a giant Superman fan, and we saw the movie together when we all met in Alabama. And he's the one that pointed out what I didn't realize what might have been missing for me, even though I really, really enjoy the movie. And I like David Cornsweet, even though I know that's not his name. Cornsweet?
Yeah, he was born to be Superman.
But the Superman in this new movie never rescues himself. He's always being rescued by somebody, whether it's Crypto in the beginning or Mr. Terrific. I mean, yeah, he does help out Metamorpho. He does rip the nanites out of his mouth by himself. There's stuff like that. He does eventually defeat Ultraman. But it didn't seem like Superman had a lot of agency here. He always needed to be bailed out somehow.
I can see that.
He's
young.
And as I'm watching it, I'm thinking...
And it's all about family.
Damn it, I hope you didn't ruin this for me because I really want to love this new universe, but I'm hoping that we get a little bit more grounding. And I love the fact that we finally saw like a live action Green Lantern. And Nathan Fillion was great as Guy. But I feel like the Peacemaker stuff is so much more buttoned up and so much more compelling in so many different ways, whereas the Superman thing was sort of, I think, like a more palatable entry into this broader universe for a general audience. I think a lot of Peacemaker because it's funny and edgy too.
Yeah, I think you can only go so far with Superman because you're going to bring your 7-year-old kid to Superman.
Yeah, but it can still be, I think Man of Steel, say what you will about the Zack Snyder verse. I can watch Man of Steel endlessly. I think that movie is so interesting. I think the take on Superman, while I don't always agree with it, is just so compelling that I watch it every time it comes on, that I just stumble across it because I just find more to think about when I watch it. When I watched this new Superman, I saw it in the theater, then I watched it on HBO Max.
Yep.
And I feel like twice I feel like I don't need to watch it again.
Yeah.
And I feel like when
Maybe
I do
every few
watch it again,
years, but not on repeat.
I'm seeing the same exact thing every time. Whereas with Snyder's take on the character, I just found it much more compelling, even though I like James Gunn's approach better.
I saw it in the theater twice because it was so good that I wanted to see it again. But now I'm good. So I didn't watch it on HBO Max. I think it's the highest watched movie on HBO Max right now.
I think it would have to be, right?
Yeah, total. It just it outdid Wicked. I think they were saying.
So yeah. So tell us below what you guys think about the new Superman movie as the beginning of the DCU. Even though really the Suicide Squad was the Suicide Squad, not Suicide Squad. The Suicide.
I like
Squad.
both of them. I like both of them.
Yeah.
I think whatever James Gunn is feeding me, I'm gonna eat.
Well, I can tell you this. Let's just be, total truth between us. Guardians of the Galaxy, groundbreaking, phenomenal, took my breath away.
Mm-hmm.
Guardians 2, good, pretty good. Going back to the well a little bit, doubling down on the same jokes that made the first one so fresh to the point where it felt a little bit forced, especially Drax. And then 3, not quite indifferent, but it didn't hold the same thrill for me. So I feel like Gunn can be someone who you might accuse of going back to the well a little too much. The thing about Guardians 3 was Rocket's story, and I just did not expect like animal torture in a Marvel movie about
what's different about
space wackos.
Guardians and Peacemaker. One's Marvel, one's DC. And Marvel is very famous for not letting their directors be creative. It's all done by committee, and basically they're like a figurehead, right? But I think James Gunn got a lot of his James Gunning in, but I think one of the reasons maybe DC was able to get him was just because he wanted creative freedom, and I don't think he had it at Marvel.
And I think I contradicted myself because even though I stand by what I said about Guardians, I started this review saying how different this season was from the first season. So it's not like he was repeating himself this time out, and he had a lot more time to fill as opposed to like a couple of 2 to 3 hour movies.
Yeah.
So you think like if he was going to repeat himself, it would have been with this. So just some of the character stuff, it's just, those who the characters are, but it wasn't like belabored. And I feel like some parts of Guardians 2 and 3 were forced and a little belabored. So make of that what you will. I guess Peacemaker's the superior sequel, or season 2 was the superior sequel.
Loved it. Did you hear the music in this episode? And I'm thinking of one song in particular.
Oh yes, yeah. I was thinking because they finally broke out Twisted Sister.
Yeah, that was great.
Well, and I think it was just D though. It was just D Schneider.
It was just D Schneider.
But that song
like
that you're talking about, even though you stop effing my heart in the A.
Yeah, right? Exactly. I'm like, this is a heartfelt, heartstring pulling song,
right?
That's romantic and serious and emotional, but I'm listening to the words at the same time.
Right. Tell us down below song, because when that first came out, I said, I think that's D Snyder. That really sounds like D. And then they followed that up with We're Not Gonna Take It. So
Not Gonna Take It. Yeah. I have a question.
What?
Mr. DC guy.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, okay, these 3 women get together. Are they somebody? The only women that get together that I know who is somebody is Birds of Prey.
Yeah.
Is this the new Birds of Prey?
I don't know enough about these characters. I didn't know there was a character called Peacemaker until the Peacemaker series.
Okay.
Just so you know, my grounding in DC was primarily through Grant Morrison's JLA in the late 90s. I think it was sometime in the mid 20s, 2010s or whatever. And Green Lantern, Mark Waid's Kyle Rayner, and then eventually Judd Wittick's. So unless it got somehow crossed over into those venues, I didn't really know much about it, and then I started to read a lot more DC, but like esoteric stuff like Animal Man or Swamp Thing, or when
Something's good.
they started like this New 52 thing. I got into Blue Beetle. I really liked Blue Beetle and Booster Gold from they had like a Justice League Unlimited series. So characters like that, but I had never even heard of Peacemaker until it came out. And I don't know that any of these characters are DC canon. I think Rick Flag obviously is.
Mm-hmm.
Lex Luthor, all the Superman people, although Otis is a throwback from the Donner movies or the Lester movies, whichever one you want to call them. And Adebayo, as far as I know, is an original character. Hardcore, as far as I know, is an original character. I don't know if Vigilante exists outside of the series.
John Diebeard guy.
Economos does exist outside of the series.
Exist?
I only know that because I saw an interview with the guy who plays Economos and James Gunn. And what's her name?
Great.
Your crush, Hardcore.
Oh, Jennifer Holland.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, but yeah, so
he can act.
He was actually told by a friend of his that he looks like John Economos from the comic books.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah. So maybe they all have, again, people tell us down below. We're two hopeless dweebs here.
I just hear things really here. I come to DC, of course, there was Batman 66 when I was a kid and Batman the Animated Series. Of course, the Superman movies, but I really didn't get into it until Suicide Squad.
Which Suicide
Harley
Squad?
Quinn. The first one. The
one with Jared Leto?
I don't remember which one was which.
There was one that was the David Ayer Suicide Squad, and the Suicide Squad, which was James Gunn's, which had Idris Elba. Margot Robbie was in both.
I couldn't tell you because I just watched Margot Robbie. Because
was Jared Leto doing this?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that's David Ayer's Suicide Squad. It had like evil. It had Sorceress who looked like Evil Lynn.
Yep,
who was dating Rick Flag.
I like the adult take on the superhero movies. I think because Guardians was a little bit, but DC was full rated R and blood, guts, cursing, jokes, and I really got into Harley Quinn. I guess everybody else, right, for a while. And then I liked the Joker movie. I love the Joker movie, and I'm one of the few people that love Joker Part 2. I got a movie.
I think you're the only person that loved Joker Part 2.
I loved it. It's okay that the whole other rest of the world doesn't, but I loved it. So
yeah, but the thing is, like that exists separately from this, and they still don't know what they're going to do with Batman because the Robert Pattinson Batman with the Batman, it was such a good movie, and they spawned Penguin off of that with Colin Farrell reprising the role from that movie to this award-winning series that was just so freaking
Batman
good.
89. Wow, that was good.
And then we bring Batman 89 into The Flash.
Yeah, The Flash.
Movie.
I enjoyed The Flash just to see Michael Keaton. That's the only reason I was there.
Yeah, but anyway, I think I kind of derailed you. So you like the Suicide Squad, but do you make much of a distinction? Do you say like, oh no, release the Snyder cut, or Snyder had it completely wrong, or like, do you have any?
I watched all the cuts on those. Justice League, was it? I walked out on one of them. I think it was Justice League, the Joss Whedon one, which is crazy because this is before we knew about Joss Whedon. And I named my daughter
Joss Whedon didn't do Justice League.
Didn't he do one of them?
No,
he had to fill in for Snyder because Snyder had a tragedy.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
Yeah. So anyway, the first version, I didn't know any of this. I just go to the movies, right? I want to see Wonder Woman because I love Wonder Woman. I love Gal Gadot. So I'm sitting there and like 2 hours in. Yeah, 2 hours in. The like Ben Affleck and Gal Gadot were walking around a lake talking about stuff, and nothing happened yet. And I was just like, you know what? I'll watch it at home.
Oh, all right.
I didn't feel it. So then when I watched the Snyder cut, I think it was a little bit better. I watched the full screen black and white one.
Yeah. I tried. I made it through half of that one, and I was done.
It's like 6 hours.
Yeah, I mean, and 1 hour that is just like slow motion bagels and hot dogs going through the air as Barry's saving Iris.
That whole time in DC, I think they had potential and could have been good.
Well, what I liked,
it just didn't hit. But I did love Wonder Woman. Those were my exception.
I love Wonder. What spoke to me about that iteration of the DCEU, right? That's when it was just Snyder's vision,
right?
Was that they were dealing with all of the big characters. So again, I was a JLA fan, Justice League of America.
I'm kind
fan.
of a super Friends
So
guy.
the only thing that I'm still waiting to see is some kind of live action Plastic Man movie, because I love Plastic Man beyond all reason, and he was written so well in the JLA title. How can I can't get it? Must be late at night. I can't get JLA out.
It's a little late. Sorry about that.
It's a little late. But so the fact that Snyder was taking all of these iconic characters and mashing them together all at once, like we didn't have to sit through 17 different movies before we got to the team up, because they were trying to be the anti-Marvel, right? They wanted to. Yeah, so I liked that about it, because
he did it great.
In a fully fleshed universe, you would have all the heroes interacting.
Yep.
So it's a tough thing to cast. But I think that all the individual casting choices, there was nothing wrong. Ezra Miller, he was, or they, I don't know if it's non-binary now or whatever, but Ezra Miller was okay as Flash. I didn't mind them. I liked them. I didn't know Cyborg really at all. Cyborg is a little bit of a later character, or wasn't in the JLA that I was reading.
Yeah.
I think that's more from the cartoons.
I like the idea of him.
Yeah. So, and
I didn't like the babies in the microwaves. That was the only part of the movie I didn't like.
Well, he saved them though.
Yeah, but still.
But that's
and
Flash.
the CG.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Pretty bad. The running CG especially. But I thought, Henry Cavill, really good Superman. I think he was an okay Clark, better Superman. Gal Gadot was fantastic as Wonder Woman.
Wow.
Gorgeous. When they first cast her, I couldn't see it because she's rail thin. Wonder Woman's got to be Linda Carter in my book, but
both are good. Both are good.
Yeah.
I have them all on Blu-ray, DVD, all the things.
And I think the biggest real discovery is Jason Momoa as Arthur.
He was great.
He was great. So
yeah,
I think that there was so much potential there, and I don't know. I know what happened. It just wasn't. They didn't strike the palate. It's almost like that's their Star Trek the Motion Picture, that version of the universe didn't resonate with the fans. It's not what the fans wanted to see.
I liked so much about it, it just didn't resonate.
And I think a lot of that stuff will stand the test of time. I thought that Batman versus Superman was terrible. That's the one that I would have walked out on.
That was not good.
So that.
But I've watched it since, but mostly just to see the 3D.
Oh yeah, I can't render 3D. So my keratoconus prevents me, which makes the movie going experience much cheaper for me.
Yes, I have the home 3D projection screen. So, oh my goodness.
So at the end of this season of Peacemaker, everybody's, something tells me I'm into something good. They're all laughing and jumping. And then all of a sudden.
Impending doom!
Yeah, the other shoe finally did drop.
Yes.
Thank God.
It was different than I thought. And I should have saw it coming if I was paying attention, but I did not.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's always the best way, right?
Yeah.
I just felt it was a little too late.
Okay.
But I guess it's a good place to leave. Now, Chris is stranded on, what do they call it? Sanctuary? I think is what they were calling the planet.
Yeah.
And you still have a million other doors or at least, somewhat close to 100 doors to explore.
I think it ended the series well, but then the ending was, okay, something new is coming. And it's got to be a movie, right? Well, this is going to be huge. John Cena on a planet, and then all these other.
I don't know that it's going to be a movie.
X-Men are coming towards him.
You, correct me if I'm wrong, but I might have just while I was scrolling through Insta.
Yeah.
That James Gunn said, there are no concrete plans for a season 3 of Peacemaker yet because of the way it's got to tie into the whole DCU, the films, even though it's all part of the same whole. Yeah. And he said that this is integral to setting up the rest of the films in the universe. I can't understand how this is integral unless you're going to start bringing in other characters from other dimensions, this dimensional portal thing. But Chris being stranded on Sanctuary, how is that going to play into Man of Tomorrow's going to be the next Superman movie?
That's what I heard.
Yeah. So
we get Supergirl before that, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Millie Alcock is Supergirl,
and there's going to be I think this is going to be a movie, the Peacemaker movie. Peacemaker on the planet.
I think these characters are going to show up in the
other movies, yeah.
But I don't think there's going to be a Peacemaker movie.
Right.
I think that if
they're just going to be incorporated into the universe.
Right. And
because James
if
Gunn
he had
loves
his
these
druthers,
actors.
right?
He literally loves
give
these
them
actors.
and he would give them a third season eventually.
Yeah.
He was still talking about doing that Amanda Waller series because Viola Davis was another holdover from
she's great.
The other shows and the Batman, you know, from the Snyderverse, I guess we'll call it, the EU.
Do you want that Catgirl movie? Was it Catwoman movie? I want to see it eventually somehow. The one that was
they
canceled.
were going to make a Selena Kyle movie.
Yeah, they made it and then they shelved it.
Oh, you're talking about that. I thought you meant that James Gunn had one in the works.
No.
As far as I know, he hasn't said a damn word about Batman. I think they're going to do what, Brave and the Bold, which is a Batman and Robin thing.
Okay.
So, but no, you know what? I never liked Batman. He's the least interesting DC character to me. I know it's blasphemy to say. So, like, all that Bat family stuff doesn't turn me on. I got to say, the Robert Pattinson Batman might be the most intriguing Batman movie I've ever seen. It actually kept my interest throughout the entire thing. So, most Batman was either, you know, Tim Burton nonsense when we were growing up or camp from the 60s. And then they had the Batfleck. I liked Ben Affleck. As Batman. I thought he had potential, but
he's great in Geely. If you haven't seen Geely, watch Geely.
He was just given to work with, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like they feel like that's a lost opportunity, wasted opportunity.
I enjoyed the Batman, but not the first time around because it wasn't what I was expecting. I was expecting to see the same thing for the 19th time that I saw 18 times before, but it was different. But further watchings and lowered expectations or changed expectations, let's say, I was able to enjoy it more.
And just for the record out there, people, me skipping over Christian Bale as Batman was not an oversight. I hated those movies. I did not think that he was the worst.
Batman Begins.
The worst.
I think I shouted out about an hour and a half in, when's it going to begin?
Pray to me.
Yeah, and then Bane. I read lips, so I have no idea what Bane said that whole movie.
Yeah, I mean, it's just ridiculous. Bane sounded like Colonel Gentleman from the Venture Brothers.
Although Heath Ledger was good, I'll say that.
Yeah, but again, that movie, it was just The Dark Knight. It was too freaking long. Just when you think it might be over, oh no, there's like 3 hours left. Yeah, I just find all those films ponderous, just ponderous.
Yeah. But you got to watch them. But the Batman, they're making part 2, or they made it. It's just not out. It's not coming out. What is it?
They're talking about. I think they stalled on the script. I think Matt Reeves did that, right? I think that they just want to make sure that they do it right. And I got to say, if they could incorporate that somehow into James Gunn's DCU, just to get Colin Farrell back as Oswald,
the Batman bombed a little bit, didn't it? Because all those toys were on clearance when I bought them.
Yeah, I don't buy toys, so I don't think that you can say that that's a metric for a successful film or not.
Okay.
So that's my opinion.
Successful or not, like I like Joker too, so there you go. I was like, Lady Gaga, musical, Joker, DC, give me more. I came out of the movie theater, I was like, I love it. The whole world is, I hate it. Did you see it? No. Why do you hate it if you didn't see it? Did you see it?
No, I saw it. I watched it because I did like the first one. I thought it was interesting.
First one's great.
You know, so it was creepy and interesting, and you never knew what he was going to do.
It's a musical with Lady Gaga. I mean, I don't care what.
And I'm not a fan of Joaquin Phoenix. Like I could.
I've loved him ever since Space Camp.
I could take him or leave him, and I mostly leave him.
Yeah.
He's no Jake Gyllenhaal, that's for sure.
So what else happened in this episode of Peacemaker? The boat. I love seeing Nelson. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I popped a little bit for that. I popped for at the end when we got Foxy. What are they called? Foxy.
I don't even know. Oh, is that a real band, or is it like
no?
when
It's
James
kind of
Gunn
like the
made up a
in-universe band for James Gunn
in Superman
Peacemaker.
too? What was it?
Yeah.
The Mighty Crabs or something like that.
This is the in-universe band for this, and it's the Foxy. Man, I just played it on the speaker over there.
Yeah.
But I can't remember.
People know. Tell us down below.
But yeah, I thought it was great because it's like 70s, early 80s rock mixed with Queen, mixed with fun. I don't know. I just dig it.
No, I like the song. I watched the opening sequence every time. I didn't skip it once because I just really enjoyed the song.
That's what shows need.
Yeah, pretty much, right? See if we can do it.
That's
I've seen
why
people do that
Quantum
on
Leap.
TikTok.
Careful. That's why Quantum Leap, the new version, didn't make it. They didn't have a
blur
theme
that
song.
out. I didn't mean that. Anyway.
I got to edit now.
Yeah,
This
please.
is the after show.
So that's why Quantum Leap needed a theme. You think?
Yeah, it needed a theme song.
That was the new Quantum Leap theme song.
Yeah, that was it. That's where they went wrong. I kept telling everybody, but nobody listened.
It was easier to edit, though.
Yeah. So. But if they were like, can you imagine Raymond Lee going like this?
I'd rather imagine
Caitlin Bassett.
Nan. I'd rather
imagine Lee
Nan doing it. Yeah. So. And Ernie Hudson would absolutely kill it.
Yeah, if Quantum Leap had done that song and that dance at the beginning of every Quantum Leap, it would still be on the air today.
You think so, huh?
Yes, 100%.
All right. Well,
every song.
We'll never know. We'll never know.
No, we'll never know. But every song needs every show needs a theme song to sing.
In an infinite universe, there is an infinite amount of Quantum Leap revivals that do that type of opening in infinite combinations. So,
what do you think of the imps?
It does exist. You just haven't seen it. You just haven't seen it.
What do you think of the imps from Candyland? That was pretty weird.
I was thinking it's a Yakov Smirnoff joke.
What a country.
In Candyland, candy eat you.
I thought it was cool when they stomp it on them and they turn into glitter, and they were like Christmas poppers from England.
Yeah, right?
You know, at the end. I thought that was pretty good. I thought it was Adrian. I thought it was Adrian that got his face eaten off at first.
No. It was just one of the guys.
Some random
that led the raid in the beginning. Man is only as good as his bird. The one where they raided Chris's house and he's bird blind.
I was just a little confused. I just assumed it was him when he was getting his face eaten off.
But
so I was sad about that. But then he was there again, and I was like, "Oh, okay, I was wrong."
Yeah, I feel like that was James Gunn being James Gunn, like the whimsical part of it's coming out. But it struck me as very similar to the scene in Galaxy Quest when the cute little creatures turned out to be vicious, tooth-filled monsters. So
yeah,
because I was watching.
You only have so much creativity in you. Right?
I've seen this before. I kind of knew where it was going to go, and it went there. But seeing that guy's face eaten off was something else.
Yeah. Well, and the overhead shot I liked when they were going through the candy grass, and like I thought it was going to be some kind of like worm from Dune or something. I don't know.
Tremors. It was going to be Tremors.
Oh yeah, then Tim
Michael
Meadows
was going to come out. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
I think that the most interesting one was the one with the spider legs and giant screaming skulls.
They're just like, no, lock the door, roll them up. So it's a prison. Okay, so they're going to send all the mutants there, right?
Oh yeah. So I think really that's what they're setting up. They're setting up this fight that the government's going to try to round up metahumans and exile them.
Is the word prescient?
Prescience.
Is that the word I'm looking for?
Well, give it to me in the context in which you're going to use it.
The timing of this season, even though it was written so long ago and filmed so long ago,
yes,
is so right now, which is so sad.
Yes, prescience is the correct word for that context in which you wanted to use it.
Yes. What's the definition of it?
Prescient mean like seeing before, like foreknowledge.
Yeah. Foreknowledge. Ooh, I love foreknowledge.
Foreknowledge.
Oh, that's a great word. But I mean, like John Cena got iced, and you can see like bad people in charge of government is not a good thing. Bad people in power is not a good thing, and I mean, it was just like crazy of today. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, isn't that what science fiction does best? I mean, Star Trek is usually pretty good at holding up a mirror, but it turns out that Peacemaker can do it too.
Yeah.
It could be a little bit more on the nose.
And tell fart jokes at the same time.
You're living in a Nazi fantasy land.
Yeah, well, man. Well, that was the thing I was saying. Were you spoiled? Were you spoiled? You weren't spoiled on that.
Not at all. No. So you were reading theory. They were theories
I watch
floating online.
Every theory video.
Oh yeah. No, I like to go in as fresh as possible.
they had noticed that all the American flags were rolled up. So they were like, And then they were noticing no background actors of color.
Right. I think it turned into a dumb gag, though. It's just like, oh, you didn't see
well, it was really funny. What about the huge mural on the wall?
I mean, come on, you would have seen that. There's no avoiding
the fact that was the joke.
Yeah.
That was the joke. He could have missed the other couple because he doesn't read and he didn't happen to look at the flags, but the huge mural.
Yeah.
So, but that was from a comic book. That was a whole comic book series, right?
I don't know.
X-World or something?
I believe, you know what? When they did the Infinite Crisis crossovers on The Flash and on the Flarrowverse, as they used to call it on the WB or the CW, they did have an X-World sojourn.
Okay.
And yeah, I don't think I'd ever seen it before, and I've never seen it since. So again, I'm a bad DC fan. I just like Plastic Man.
There you go, Plastic Man. I like Mr. Fabulous.
Mr. Terrific, you mean?
Yeah, but it's the joke is Rennie calls me Mr. Fabulous. So
see, so that was a very inside joke.
Yeah. But I liked that reveal just because like we are all victims of our past and we're all victims of growing up in the world we're in. So a lot of these people where they seemed nice, especially hardcore, I can't do it. Jennifer Holland, Nazi Jennifer Holland, seemed like a great person, but she grew up in a world where the other side won World War II. So that's going to influence, every show, every piece of music, every book she's read that's been made since then,
Yeah, I think that I don't know that it would have been as idealistic. I think there would have been much more of a militaristic bent. But one thing that really cued me to the fact that there might be something wrong with the world was when Chris first goes there. He essentially murders a building full of people. And he's lauded for it. Like I guess, metahumans and mass vigilantes in that world have carte blanche to do whatever they want because his brother's taking out helicopters. He's like killing people with pencils. It was a cool sequence, but it really is like a bloodbath, another mass murder, and he gets nothing but praise for having done so. So tell me, this is maybe, and this might be opening up a can of worms, but I have to say it because one thing that did bump me was when Chris was over there after he killed that version of Chris from that universe and he's sleeping with Hardcore.
Yeah, that was wrong.
That to me is like, we always talked about this. Maybe it's the Quantum Leap podcast that primed me for stuff like this.
Yes.
But if you are in somebody else's aura or whatever, and the person that you're with thinks that you're that person, is this tantamount to assault because you're doing it under false pretenses, even though for all intents and purposes, he is Chris Smith. He's not that Chris Smith.
Right. Which makes it wrong.
Yeah. So that kind of bumped me, and I thought that they might address that, but
I'd
be interested if there was any kind of online discussion about that because I hadn't heard any. No, not. I mean about the whole sleeping.
I think you bringing that up for Quantum Leap is what made me think of that when I watched it because I thought of what you were in your discussion was for that about this.
Yeah,
but I let it go because I think I already knew there were Nazis and I was like slightly different universes, like sliding doors kind of thing. I think the only time when it is right is if you time travel back into your exact self.
That or the person that you've time traveled into's Boo is aware that you're not there.
Fully aware of what's going on.
But they're into it anyway.
Right. Like, hey, I'm from 2025.
Let's just put it.
I know this is 2010, but,
it's consent is really what it comes down
100%.
to.
100%. You need consent. He should have shared it with her before.
I don't know that he should have shared it with her, but he should have held himself back. Although that's not within the character. The character would
consent
not have
or holding himself back, but he is a dumb person.
Yeah.
So maybe
I'm not saying that excuses him, but I'd like to hear from the people out there watching if anybody caught that wrinkle and was somewhat taken aback by it or a little bit disturbed by it? Or am I just making something out of nothing? I don't think I am. I don't think I am, but
it did bother me. It is a question of consent, and it was wrong.
Yeah. So
yes, but I don't know. There shouldn't be a but. He was going into that future, and he was going to live there. And yes, they got together under false pretenses. I don't know. It's a gray area, but it's pretty much not.
Maybe you say so. Yeah, I don't know. It's a moot point at this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it was wrong. That was the biggest bump of the whole season, probably.
Yeah, that's the only thing that really gave me pause throughout the whole thing, and the way that Adrian speaks to his mother, it was borderline horrifying. I wonder what the hell's going on there, man. I mean, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, the poor mother.
So,
do you think they pulled an Otoro with Adrian?
What now?
Otoro from Sliders?
Otoro. Oh, no, I think
switched?
that. No,
because one of them got shot, but I thought the one that was our Adrian got shot. But then after he gets back,
this is clearly our Adrian because he still considers Chris his hero and best friend.
Oh, you're right.
The other Adrian hated Chris from that universe because he was a big Nazi.
Yeah, well, makes sense. All right, so final thoughts and ratings for Peacemaker Season 2, Episode 8. What was the episode called? It was called
Sanctuary. I don't remember.
No, it was a wrestling move. A wrestling move.
Full Nelson, because Nelson was the
Full Nelson. Nelson was the band. Yeah. Okay. So I'll go first. I'll say I really love the love story. I love that it worked out. I love that John Cena's with the right Jennifer Holland. I love their romance. I love the fact that this whole time we're kind of led to believe that they had sex on the boat, but just to find out was a kiss made it more romantic for me. And the fact that, of course, it did mean something. And then she said some stuff. It just made the whole story, like if I close the book and this is it, that made it for me. And I really enjoyed it. Out of 5, I'm going to give it 5 Candyland imps out of 5.
Ooh, wow, that's high praise. Is that for the season and for the episode?
Yeah, pretty much. Okay. I'm viewing it all as one story, but I think it finished strong for me.
Okay, all right.
And I'm intrigued. Where's it going to go? I want to see John Cena.
Yeah, that's on a mainly where I'm at now. Like, okay, so we've been told multiple times that this is going to inform the rest of the DCU going forward. I look forward to seeing how, and that's what I'm most intrigued about, which might not be the most sterling review of this episode, is that I'm only interested in this episode for what it potentially sets up.
Okay.
As far as an episode goes, I thought it was middling. I thought it was fine, but last week's Bloodbath seemed like so much more of a finale episode to me that I was left wanting with this one. Even though I liked the characters, I liked where they wound up. I just thought that it could have been better. It could have been better paced. It could have been a little bit more action. It could have just had some kind of better center to it. And I think it was lacking that. When you think of a season finale, and maybe even a series finale in this case, you think that the tension would be ratcheted up, but it wasn't. And that we finally did have the shoe drop, but I think it was a little too late. I would have liked to have seen more of Chris facing some hardships on that planet. Something. I don't even know at this point, but I wanted something other than what we got.
Okay.
Had this episode been in any other slot in the season, I would be more forgiving of it. But because it was supposed to be a finale, I'm going to give it 3. 3 screaming spider skulls out of 5.
Got to 3D print me one of them.
Yeah.
I like the fact that he's on a strange new world. And we've seen from the other dimensions, specifically like Candyman, Skull, Spider World, that anything could be on that planet, and we don't know anything about it. So
yeah, we hear something ominous in the woods, right?
Yeah, I think he's going to survive. I think the next time we see him is going to be in one of the DC movies, and he's going to have a long beard, and
yeah, 100%.
it's
Yeah,
going to be great. I don't know. I enjoyed it because so many times with superhero movies, you're watching the story, it's a good story, something happens, big battle at the end that I sleep through because I hate the big battle at the end. It's just so overdone.
you're not the only person I know who says that.
Yeah, it's just that big battle at the end, not interested. It's in every single movie with superheroes. They didn't do that. They told a story.
Yeah,
They tied up loose ends. They cared about character. They didn't do the big battle at the end. So,
right. And I guess maybe that's my problem then. I'm preconditioned to think I want that big battle at the end.
So maybe I'll give him six imps from Candyland, just for the fact that.
Wow, good for you.
Yeah, just for the fact that they didn't follow the easy path that's been laid before them so many times.
You know what? That's a good point. That's a good point. Maybe I'll up it to 3.5.
All right.
3.5 for that. Yeah, it's a bold choice. It's a brave choice, but it's not a brave and a bold choice because then you're in Batman territory.
But I will rewatch the series. So,
yeah, I'd like to see it from the beginning. I rewatched all of Suicide Squad, the Suicide Squad, before this, and then I watched the final 2 episodes of last season to prime myself for this season. So, but we want to know what you out there in Treksploration land think. You can
trekking across fandoms.
You can trek with us to Peacemaker and tell us what you think in the comments down below, youtube.com/@Treksploration. If you really, really like this show, check out our main show, Treksploration, where we talk about all things Star Trek. We are going into a deep metaphysical, metaphorical dive on Star Trek Scouts. It ain't just for 4-year-olds, people.
No,
if you like that video, if you like this video, if you like any of our videos, think about supporting the show on Patreon. That's patreon.com/Treksploration. You can also hype this video down below. Become a member, follow, like, subscribe, share.
Join.
Hit those buttons that are on the bottom of the screen.
Let people know.
Let them
about stuff.
We're talking about stuff and things, and sometimes nonsense. Stuff and nonsense and things, right? You can also join us for our live shows. If you subscribe, you'll get notifications when we go live, which we frequently do. And you can join like some super chats. I don't know what that is, but that's super chats. So,
and thanks. Hit that button with the dollar sign on it. Give us your kids' college money. Nobody will know.
You go. There you go. Follow us on Blue Skies at Treksploration.bluesky.social. Email us photos. If you email us photos, Albie is a sucker for that kind of stuff. He'll put you in the closing credits of Treksploration. So that email address is treksplorationpod@gmail.com. If you'd like to send us some stuff, like our cadet Listen Linda, who's one of our Patreon supporters, sent us pictures a la Star Trek Scouts. Isn't she so talented? But she sent it to our P.O. box. We have a P.O. box for just such generosity. That's P.O. Box 542, Bayport, New York, 11705. Again, P.O. Box 542, Bayport, one word, New York, 11705. Send us whatever you like there. We always look forward to getting our key, going to the post office box, and just finding that surprise. It's my Saturday morning joy. If you'd like to support the show in a one-time manner, Albie's going to pop up a PayPal QR code right here, or a Zelle code right here. So you can do either or both, however you want to do it. Listen, we're just happy that people are watching, that this seems to be taking off. So if you like this, please just join the channel. Become a Trek Explorer with us, and we'll go on this journey together. Thank you to everyone, our cadets and our lieutenant commanders and our Captain Charles from Texas, everyone that supported us, the omnipotent Willard, for all you've done to keep this show going and help us grow our Trek Exploration family. Thank you, Albie, for creating it and for forcing me to stay up late at night to talk about Peacemaker. It's always so much fun being on.
It's so much fun, Chris. You mean something to me.
Oh, well, thank you. I'm broken. Stay away from me. So there.
And all I want to know is, did tonight mean something for you? Did tonight mean something?
I think it did. I think somebody finally stopped effing my heart in the A. Oh,
Although it's not a bad
did it mean something
deal
for you
anyway,
tonight, Albie?
that's what hearts are for. Huh?
Did tonight mean something for you, Albie?
All right, so for Treksploration, the Unlocked After Show Peacemaker series finale special.
Exclusive.
I'm Albie.
I'm Chris.
And we'll see you next time.
On Treksploration.
Stop effing my A in the heart.
Or something.
Is that how it goes?
Do you really, really, really want to taste it?
I do. I do. Okay, I'll hit stop. And you, sir, go to sleep.
All right. I think that was fun.